Guten Tag und willkommen zu dieser Ausgabe von Tourismus Namibia. Das ist unsere wöchentliche Show, wo wir Ihnen natürlich einige Themen, also unter Topics, und dann haben wir natürlich Destinations und To the Point am Ende noch mit dabei. Mein Name ist Frank Steffen, wie Sie auf Ihrem Bildschirm erkennen können, und ich führe Sie durch diese kurze Sendung. Aber ich denke, es ist ganz interessant, also heute. Als erstes haben wir natürlich die Topics. Ja, als erstes kommen wir zu den wichtigen Themen dieser Woche, also unter Topics. Und zwar geht es diesmal um die Elefanten. Die Farmer im Wahlkreis Mashare in der Region Kavango East leiden unter erheblichen Ernteverlusten. Wir hatten darüber auch in der Allgemeinen Zeitung geschrieben. Es geht hauptsächlich, nachdem Elefanten wiederholt Felder in mehreren Siedlungen verwüstet haben. Und die Familien sorgen sich natürlich inzwischen um ihre Ernährungssicherheit. Der Regionalratsabgeordnete des Wahlkreises Petrus Kashumali sagte, das Problem bestehe seit Februar. Das ist etwas, was ich halt so moniere. Wie kann das von Februar bis Ende Mai dauern, bis er endlich in Gang kommt? Auf jeden Fall betreffe es unter anderem die Siedlungen Baramasoni, Vikota und Rupesho Taratara. Zahlreiche Haushalte, also die vollständig von Subsistenzlandwirtschaft leben, sind eben in diesem Fall betroffen. Mehrere Siedlungen werden derzeit beeinträchtigt. Es ist zu einem großen Problem geworden und entwickelt sich auch zu einem Sicherheitsrisiko für die Gemeinschaft, meinte er. Also Kashumali warnte außerdem, viele Familien seien vollständig von der Landwirtschaft abhängig. Und das kann ich bestätigen, im Kavango ist das tatsächlich so. Sie wollten ernten, aber jetzt kommt nichts mehr von ihren Feldern, meinte er. Also was sollen sie essen, wenn sie ausschließlich von der Landwirtschaft leben und dann nichts mehr da ist? Einige dieser betroffenen Siedlungen liegen im Kapinga-Kamuari-Schutzgebiet, also im Hegegebiet, und wo Mitarbeiter eigentlich Elefanten vertreiben sollen, wenn diese in Felder oder Ortschaften eindringen. Ja, es ging da auch noch ein bisschen weiter darum, wurde natürlich jetzt viel Beschuldigungen ausgesprochen und der Staat würde nicht in Gang kommen. Also das Umweltministerium oder dem Umweltministerium werden da viele Vorwürfe gemacht. Aber wir sind da so ein bisschen nachgehakt von der Allgemeinen Zeitung aus und konnten dann immerhin feststellen, dass diese, wie ich mal sagen, diese Naturschützer oder Game Wardens oder was immer man die schimpfen will, die sind eigentlich von der Hegegemeinschaft selber angestellt. Also im Grunde, wenn da nichts passiert, bin ich ein bisschen erstaunt, wenn man jetzt dem Staat den Vorwurf macht, denn die sind tatsächlich dazu da, diese Tiere zu beobachten. Und wenn die in die Nähe von Feldern kommen, sollen die mit Krach verdrängt werden. Und jetzt geht es eben darum, man möchte natürlich sofort die Elefanten wieder abschießen, was ja absoluter Unsinn ist. Denn darum geht ja gegen dieser ganze Mensch-Tier-Konflikt, dass man andere Wege findet, wie man Frühwarnsysteme hat und so weiter und so weiter. Ich habe so ein bisschen das Vermuten, dass man sich hier die einfache Lösung sucht. Ja, und dann geht es um Customer Service, also Kundendienst. Und Namibia hat jetzt landesweit eine Initiative für besseren Kundenservice gestartet. Es geht darum, die Standards im Tourismussektor zu verbessern. Behörden zufolge soll das Programm die Erfahrungen von Besuchern stärken und natürlich die Wettbewerbsfähigkeit des Landes als Reiseziel erhöhen. Die Initiative nennt sich Welcome Host, also genau so. Das im Prinzip ist ein Willkommensgastgeber, wenn man es direkt übersetzt. Wurde in Windhoek vom Namibia Tourism Board, also vom namibischen Tourismusrat, NTB, gemeinsam mit dem Ministerium für Inneres, Einwanderung, Sicherheit und Gefahrenabwehr vorgestellt. Also es geht mehr um Sicherheitsministerium und Immigration. Gleichzeitig unterzeichneten beide Institutionen eine Absichtserklärung zur engeren Zusammenarbeit. Das Programm soll Professionalität und Gastfreundschaft entlang der gesamten touristischen Wertschöpfungskette fördern. Im Fokus stehen natürlich emotionale Intelligenz, Kommunikationsfähigkeiten, Kundenbetreuung, Konfliktlösung und Serviceethik. Also die Umsetzung erfolgt landesweit über die kommenden 3 Jahre und richtet sich insbesondere an Mitarbeiter an Grenzübergängen und tourismusnahen Servicestellen. Und da erinnere ich Sie gern an diesen Vorfall, den wir jetzt also vor einem Jahr in Etosha hatten und wo ja dann Touristen regelrecht schikaniert wurden. Und als das Umweltministerium noch meinte, nee, das wäre nicht so schlimm gewesen, kam prompt die nächste Beschwerde und nochmal eine Beschwerde, es hörte einfach nicht auf. So, ich habe so ein bisschen das Gefühl, dass man nicht nur unbedingt bei Immigration nur nachhorchen sollte, sondern auch mal ganz einfach die Polizeistellen und eben die Leute, die fürs Umweltministerium an den Parkeingängen arbeiten. Denn die sind sich wohl nicht ganz darüber im Klaren, wie viel der Tourismus beiträgt zu ihren Gehältern. Naja, und als drittes Thema haben wir Ultimate Safaris. Das ist natürlich mittlerweile bekannt. Ultimate Safaris war ja bekannt dafür, dass sie sich mit diesen Hegegebieten oben im Damaraland zusammengeschlossen haben, wo sie sich jetzt rumschlagen dürfen mit den Bergbauunternehmen, die sich da angesiedelt haben. Und noch ist nicht alles noch ist nicht Ende dieser Geschichte. Ultimate Safaris ist eben eines der bekanntesten naturschutzorientierten Tourismusunternehmen Namibias und will jetzt zukünftig unter dem Namen Ultimate.earth, also ultimative Erde, darunter wollen sie ihren Handel fortsetzen. Damit will das Unternehmen seine langfristige Ausrichtung auf Naturschutz, Gemeinschaftsförderung und nachhaltiges Reisen in Afrika stärker betonen. Nach Angaben des Unternehmens bleiben Werte und Philosophie unverändert. Seit fast 2 Jahrzehnten gilt Ultimate Safaris als Vorreiter für verantwortungsvollen Tourismus mit enger Zusammenarbeit mit Hegegebieten und lokalen Gemeinschaften. Und das kann man ja wirklich bestätigen. Und der neue Markenauftritt soll verdeutlichen, dass Reisen stärker als Instrument für Umwelt- und Sozialschutz verstanden werden soll. Geschäftsführer Tristan Kauli sagte dazu, das ist mehr als nur ein Rebranding. Es bekräftigt unseren Glauben daran, dass Naturschutz, Gemeinschaft und Wirtschaft gemeinsam Wildnis schützen und nachhaltige Wirkung erzielen können. Und die Führung sowie Eigentümer, Struktur und Team des Unternehmens bleiben dabei unverändert. Ja, und wir hatten ja auch in der Allgemeinen Zeitung immer mal wieder darüber geschrieben, wie viel da gemacht wurde. Es ist ja nicht nur, wie sagt man so schön, Lippenbekenntnis, sondern Ultimate Safaris hat wirklich sehr viel einerseits für ihre Arbeitnehmer getan, aber vor allen Dingen oben in den Gemeinschaften haben sie auch viel verändert. Ja, und das sind unsere Themen für heute. Als nächstes haben wir Destinations. Ja, und unter Destinations, also es geht im Großen und Ganzen immer um unsere Enjoy Lodges in vielen Hinsichten. Also oftmals Leute, die bei uns mitmachen bei diesem Programm. Aber heute geht es um Café Anton, vor allen Dingen deswegen, weil die Heidi Sneymann auf 60 Jahre Café Anton und Hotel Schweizer Haus in Swakopmund zurückblickt. Sie erinnert an die Anfänge unter ihren Eltern Manfred Anton und dessen Ehefrau, sowie an die Entwicklung des Familienbetriebs zu einem bekannten Wahrzeichen der Küstenstadt, das für Kuchen, Gästehausgeschichte und treue Stammkunden eben bekannt ist und wurde. Ja, und ich denke, jeder, der mal in Swakop war, weiß genau, wo Café Anton liegt, aber wir haben natürlich auch eine Aufnahme dazu.
Exactly today, 60 years ago, my parents opened the Café Anton. At that time it was called Café und Konditorei, but later the public of Swakopmund named it Café Anton. They bought the piece of ground a year earlier with an old house on it and opened the first 4 guest rooms in the house. Mm-hmm. Then they started adding on in that year and 4 additional rooms and the cafe and a small kitchen.
Mm-hmm. And then we see it's called Hotel Schweizer Haus. That was a year later, you said, or a year earlier.
Yeah.
All right. And what has it developed into now? What is it today?
I think over the 60 years, Café Anton has actually become world known and a landmark of Swakopmund. Mm. A few years back, I was in Germany and I was looking at a shop for an article, and I took a newspaper and I read through it, and there was, for instance, should the Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte be named or only able to be named at a certain location in Germany where it originated from. And then in the article they wrote, yes, what would happen to Café Anton in Swakopmund, Namibia, with their Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte.
Aha.
So, yeah.
Who actually bakes? Because I mean, every day we've got people, locals and visitors alike. They come here behind you. They sit here outside. You've got the best location in Swakopmund of the whole promenade, amphitheater, everything, the mola, got the ocean, we've got the palm trees, today we've got a beautiful blue sky. You've got a lot of cake here, you've got some good coffees, all that type of stuff. Who bakes your cakes?
Okay, let me start in the beginning.
Yeah.
My dad, who was a professional master baker and confectioner, he started it.
Yeah.
And then when I married Andre Sneyman, Andre was very versatile, and he had to learn to bake, which he did. And he later trained staff of ours. And the first guy he trained, he's still here with us, juniors. It's 37 years. And what was amazing, juniors at that time couldn't read or write. So my husband gave him everything in measurements like cups and spoons. And this guy, up to today, he has got most of the recipes in his head.
Wow.
So if I come after a year, says, I want this in this cake, I get it.
Wow.
And then he trained other bakers. And then my youngest daughter, who's actually, she's a learned hairdresser.
Mm.
When she came home, she said one day, Mama, can I please go to Germany to learn the finer baking, because she could bake already. And I said, yes, of course. And she came back, and she's actually the head of the bakery today, and with new ideas and
Wow. What
nice team.
You say what's that German cake again? The Kirschtorte or what?
Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte.
What's that in English?
Black Forest cake.
Black Forest cake. Is that the same recipe that's been there all the time?
Yes, it's the same recipe. Here in Namibia, we sometimes struggle with, for instance, fresh cream, which is a real issue. But otherwise, it's same as in Germany.
You've got the restaurant on the inside, outside. How many rooms does the Schweizer house have now?
We've got 20 rooms.
20 rooms. All right. What does 60 years mean to you, and what does it mean to Swakopmund?
Well, to me, having to write a speech for today, many memories came back, and so many that you cannot use them all in the speech because it's just far too much. But so nice memories, and I think for Swakopmund it was a great addition. And we have many tourists that come just past and say, oh, we came to Swakopmund, but we have to come here and just get some cake before we go back to South Africa or wherever.
Yeah. What would you say was your biggest or your darkest moment, biggest challenge?
The darkest moments, I think, when my husband died, my grandmother died, more the death that shook us. Corona was one, but after looking back in Corona, we came out well out of it. I had most of my old staff is back with some additional new staff, so
yeah,
we always look into the front, and that becomes a good day every day.
What would you say is your highlight?
My highlight is that although I didn't first want to go into the business originally, I felt home, and we made the best of it, and it came out well, and especially that my kids came back out of their own free will.
Yeah.
And to join me in this business.
So it remains a family business?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a family business, but like I wrote also in my speech, it's not only the family by birth or marriage, also my staff, my friends, suppliers. With many, it feels like we are a huge, big family.
Yeah.
And this is so seldom.
How many people work here, plus minus?
About sometimes between 20 and 30.
Yeah. All right. Any last message? How do you see the future? Another 60 years? Another 100 years? What do you see? Any developments, plans, things like that?
No special developments. I think I myself will stay in the business as long as my kids want me here. And I feel if I should go into retirement, that feels like, I feel people get old when they go and retire.
Yeah.
So I will stay as long as I can.
Mm-hmm.
And
But for Cafe Anton?
Yeah, I think we try and do our best, give the best service and keep the standard. And I here would like to thank especially all our customers over all the years. And we have got many who are really long-time customers, and all our suppliers. But also like the service providers like the police and municipality. And yeah, it's just a big thank you to everybody.
Nog 'n keer baie welkom aan almal. Dankie. I don't now have to say anything but dear family and friends, let's celebrate Heidi and the family, and please enjoy yourselves to Cafe Anton in another many years.
Ja, und das war Café Anton und als nächstes, tut mir leid, als nächstes haben wir die Ochibamba Lodge, die ist glaube ich außerhalb von Otjiwarongo und bietet Unterkünfte mit Gartenblick, Außenpool, Restaurant, Terrasse und Bar. Und Kali Abrantis, das ist die Geschäftsführerin von Enjoy, also Enjoy Travel, diesem also Reiseprogramm, das wir haben. Die sprach mit Speranza Petrus, also der amtierenden Lodge-Managerin. Also hören Sie es einfach mal an.
Speranza, thank you so much for making time to tell our viewers about Ochibamba Lodge. I really appreciate it. So could you please, let's dive straight in. Tell them, when did you guys get started?
Thank you for hosting me. So we started Ochibamba, it had been closed down, and it started in 2020 when it was built again.
Okay.
It started from scratch and then it's been going till now.
Wow,
Yes.
so you guys made it through COVID and it is what it is today.
Yes, we made it through COVID and then it's then up to today and we are still running it up to today.
Good.
Yes.
Well, it's an absolutely beautiful place. And for those of you at home, it is literally 4 kilometers from Otjiwarongo, which today we learned it means beautiful place. And Ochibamba, like Otjiwarongo, is a beautiful place.
Yes.
So right over here next to us, we've got the lovely sparkling swimming pool. We've got the waterhole where currently I can see some nyala. But what else do you guys have visiting the waterhole?
We have some few more animals that come around, like the ostriches, the guinea fowls, and the ducks and all that.
Okay.
We have some small more animals that come around.
So I can imagine when it gets close to sunset, the waterhole is very lively and active.
Yes, and they know the time of feeding. So when you come in the afternoon, you'll find all the different animals, and you can tell, okay, we are full of animals really.
Great. So the guests must love that, because the fire pit, the swimming pool, everything is geared to being able to view the waterhole.
Yes, they love the place. They even come to sit at the fireplace just to see a closer view of our animals.
I can imagine in winter
Yes.
it must be stunning.
It's so cold and I love to go.
Yes, then the
inside.
fireplace is nice and warm.
Yes.
Quickly tell me, Speranza, how many rooms have you guys got at Ochibamba, and what are the different types of accommodation you offer?
We have 20 rooms in total.
Okay.
In those 20 rooms, we have 2 luxury rooms and 2 family rooms, which are the family interleading,
Okay.
and then 2 triple rooms. So in that, we just offer bed and breakfast. That's it for the accommodation. But we also have an open restaurant for in case that you like to eat. We also
Yes.
have that. So
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, I do believe the chef here is Chef Gus, and he spoils people properly for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, all of it.
It's finger licking good. When they're done, they say, "Oh, that was the best." But please say thank you to the chef.
Good. Oh, that's a wonderful
Yes.
news.
Yes.
And quickly tell me, okay, so our guests have heard that whether they're a couple of 2, whether they're a family with 3 kids, if they're a bigger family with the interleading rooms, I assume it can take 4 people, potentially more if they have to.
Yes, just more, maximum it's just 4 people.
Okay.
We don't go beyond that, especially
Okay.
for the family interleading room.
That's perfect.
Yes.
And then, are you guys open to day visitors, or is the restaurant strictly for guests?
No, we are open for day visitors, especially for the restaurant.
Okay.
But the pool is just for our in-house guests and not
Yes,
for
they do
the
have
day
to feel
visit.
like they are being spoiled a little bit.
And when we allow day visitors, we don't allow too much noise. It's just come because we come here for relaxation, not for too much noise.
I hear you. Quickly tell me, other than the water hole and the swimming pool, I think you guys also have conferencing facilities here, if I'm correct.
Yes, we do have. We do host events.
Okay.
For our conference, we have also the private people that if they would like to come, the conference is open for them anytime.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. Well, you guys know where to come. Ochibamba Lodge, just out of Varango. You guys have everything that you need here and then some.
Ja, und das ist die Ochibamba Lodge. Die ist ja schon auch seit vielen, vielen Jahren gleich vor Varango zu finden. Und zwar, wenn man von Okahandja reinfährt, gleich vorne dran. So, ich würde schätzen, 5 Kilometer vor Varango. Ja, und das sind unsere Destinations heute. Als nächstes haben wir noch To the Point. Ja, mein Kollege Adam Hartmann unten, der schreibt ja auch für unsere Ausgabe Erongo und der berichtet über anhaltende Sorgen rund um das Küstenmanagement in Swakopmund. Im Mittelpunkt stehen aktuelle Entwicklungen und Reaktionen auf die fortschreitenden Stranderosionen, also entlang der Küstenlinie der Stadt und überhaupt. Also das ist wohl tatsächlich so, dass immer weniger Sand da ist. Und ja, mein Großvater, der kam noch aus dieser Gegend in Swakopmund und der sagte immer zu mir, dieses ganze Dämmegebaue, das wird uns nochmal einholen, weil der Swakop, also das Swakop-Revier, war bekannt dafür, dass es eben einmal alle 1 bis 2 Jahre sehr, sehr viel Sand runterschaffte. Und dieser Sand hat dann automatisch, der Benguela, den wieder hochgeschmissen als Strand. Naja, ich weiß jetzt nicht genau, ob das nun der einzige Grund ist, aber ich könnte mir vorstellen, dass da schon ein bisschen was dran ist. Aber hören wir uns doch einfach mal die Aufnahme an.
So Swakopmund, being next to the Atlantic Ocean, is not immune to wave erosion. It's currently high seas or high tide. And as you can see, the waves are coming in and washing up quite high on what used to be quite a sandy beach. People used to come play here, sunbathe here, walk around here, walk their dogs here. It was a lot of sand. But as you can see, the water's come quite high, and you see a whole series of rocks being placed there by the municipality. So the municipality is aware of the erosion taking place, especially on Swakopmund's southern beaches. And what they resorted to is to try and preserve the beaches. They placed large rocks and boulders in order to stop the wave action and to stop the erosion. But this has become an expensive matter. It's unsightly. It makes access, it limits access. And the solution is actually short term, because if you look carefully, you can see that rocks are even washing away from where the areas have been placed. You can actually see how the rocks are being washed into the sea as well. So now the municipality has realized this problem, and they have decided recently they resolved at their last council meeting, they resolved that they're going to resort to another measure, a measure which is more, which I believe is more sustainable, and which will solve a lot of these problems that I said came along with the rocks. And what they decided they're going to do is they're going to go to our northern beaches where there is a surplus of sand, excess sand, and they're going to be removing this sand. They're going to be picking the sand up on trucks, and they're going to be dropping it in these areas. So instead of using rocks, they're going to use sand to reclaim the beaches, which is a very interesting concept because we've got both. We've got sand and we've got a place that requires sand. So EIAs, they're going to be doing consultations. They're going to find out how this is going to work. They're going to obviously see what the impacts are and so forth. But so far, it's an idea that the municipality is definitely looking into. Just to give you an example of the wave action, just where I'm standing currently, you've got the old wooden bridge there. You can see it's pretty busted up. It's been washed out. The sand has been washed out from underneath it. They placed rocks there. Even the rocks are being pulled back into the ocean. You can see the pathway here is still being washed away. The sand that I'm standing on is wet. So in other words, the water from the high seas or the high tide actually managed to come over these rocks and spill over the water and still continue to erode this area. So even this walkway, the second walkway that they tried to fix up, is breaking up because of the erosion. So currently the municipality, they wanted to fix this walkway, they wanted to fix this bridge, but because of the wave action and the unsustainability of putting rocks here, they put it on hold until they find a more permanent, feasible solution. So currently people have, you can see there's a detour walkway, a makeshift walkway that was built, and a makeshift wooden bridge that was built so that people can at least walk along our beautiful beach. So behind me we've got the Tiger Reef beach bar and restaurant. This is probably one of the most famous restaurants in Swakopmund because it's right next to the ocean. They've been here for a very long time, and you want to come here for a sundowner. You've got the Atlantic, the sun that goes down. It's just a lovely place to be. It's a typical beach bar though, or beach venue. As you can see, the waves are coming in. As you can see, there are portions that have broken off. There used to be a walkway there that's been washed away. It doesn't stop the owners from continuing business though, because they've adapted to this whole thing. What they do is they just shape shift their restaurant to fit the environment, and life goes on, which is fantastic. It's probably very costly, but it's a very unique area, but it just shows that the Atlantic is relentless this side of Swakopmund. This is again the south side. We've got the Swakop River on the other side, and usually when the Swakop River comes down, it came down last year, it brings with it a whole bunch of sand, you know, from the inland, and it washes into the ocean, and this can sometimes change the shoreline, sometimes for the good, sometimes not for the good, and this can also affect a lot what's going on here. So the Swakop River does play a role in the sand deposit that it brings, but this Atlantic is relentless, and that is why Swakopmund municipality is trying to do something to address it. So behind me we've got what we call Swakopmund's North Beach, and as you can see, contrary to our South Beach, there's a lot of sand, a lot of sand. Sand, actually call it excessive sand. Naturally, it's been like this for a very, very long time, as far as I can remember. And what they want to do is they want to take the sand, excavate the sand, and move it to the southern beach hotspots, where the erosion hotspots are. And they want to deposit the sands there and sort of stabilize those beaches. So what they will do is they put it onto the lower shore, and they will try and make it as natural as possible. How would one say, the line, the shoreline, they'll make it as natural as possible, and they'll allow the wind and the water to sort of stabilize it over time. So for them, this is obviously a much more feasible idea. We've got enough sand here. The areas down there need sand, so why not just move the sand? It sounds like a great idea. We are starting with a pilot project. They're going to see how this works. They're going to continue to study, to see the impact, the effects thereof. They're going to consult, and hopefully this will definitely be a permanent solution.
Tja, das war Adam Hartmann, der sich ein bisschen mit der Swakopmunder Shoreline, also mit dem Küstengebiet, beschäftigt hat. Damit sind wir am Ende unserer Ausgabe in dieser Woche angelangt. Ich danke Ihnen fürs Zuhören und wünsche Ihnen noch ein schönes Restwochenende und eine gute Woche nächste Woche. Wir sehen uns dann am nächsten Samstag, wie gesagt, in einer Woche. Bis dann. Tschüss.